Hey, welcome back, everyone. You have tuned into the most popular garden show in America. We're thrilled you're with us here. We appreciate you joining us each and every week on the Red Checkered Blanket. I'm Robert Vincent Sims, my website, gardenrebel.com. You can follow me on Instagram at The Garden Rebel. Twitter is at Garden Rebel, and Facebook is Garden Rebel. So there's a lot of Garden Rebels in there. You can find me somewhere, somehow. I'll be waiting for you. Anyway, uh, we have a very special guest on from BioSafe. And what I like about BioSafe is that I uh, I love the idea, especially with your food crops, of using natural and organic controls to get rid of those bugs. So that's very, very important. And I think we have Kip on the line, so let's go ahead and say hello to Kip Dalpe from BioSafe.
We
Well,
do.
good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
Good. Great. Which I'm chilly. We're up
Yeah.
in the great Northeast here, and it's cold.
Well, how cold is it in Connecticut?
Well, let me just say a message for any of the snowbirds listening in the audience. If you've already made your exodus, good planning. We're in Connecticut at the BioSafe Systems headquarters, and we did enjoy a nice run of weather, and we get a little bit back next week. But apparently, there's a blizzard up the road in Maine, so we're glad we're
Oh
missing
boy.
that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we don't have a blizzard because we need our phone line to talk to you. So,
That's right.
hey, anyway, I'm so impressed with BioSafe. I didn't tell you this earlier, but years ago I would take the BioSafe products on my TV segments and really always talked about how they can safely get rid of the bugs without getting a headache and without these
Right.
harsh chemical smells and all of that. But anyway, what I admire your owner for him making a commitment to create this line of product because what is his story? He grew up in the business and he saw his family and dad using some of the more harsh traditional chemicals, which is what they did years ago. And
Right,
then,
and the harsh chemicals have more or less cornered the market over about the last 100 years. So, and I have to say, I was impressed with the same thing. I'm relatively new to the company as of this year, and I came from a completely different segment of ag sales and whatnot. But after a phone conversation with our owner, Rob LaRose of BioSafe Systems, I had to come on board. I was so impressed, and I've got little kids, so it's important to me that I'm, doing something important. And I think that helping farmers and helping our food crops and even helping people like you do in their backyard to actually enjoy what it is that they're trying to accomplish is a big deal. But the quick overview of how BioSafe Systems got its start is that our owner, Rob, his father, was actually working at a poultry operation up here in Connecticut. And if anybody knows anything about poultry, when you're doing daily cleanouts, there's a long gap of time that you have to wait to use if you're using those traditional harsh chemicals before you can get the birds back into where they're supposed to be.
right.
So that kind of spawned an idea about a chemistry, something that would be friendly to use, sustainable, natural, naturally occurring, and then how can we translate that into a product that other farmers can use?
Yeah. Well,
And
I
as the
related to
story
him because,
goes,
yeah.
Rob got his start in environmental cleanup, and anybody that's
Hmm.
known that industry or done anything around it knows you're encountering some pretty nasty stuff that has been used because at that time people thought it was the right idea, or certain marketing led them to believe it was the right idea, and then years after the fact they got to call in people to scrape out the earth and clean it up because it's not a good idea. So as he's doing this and going through and getting all these harsh chemicals out, he wanders back out to the family farm down in New Jersey. And really, as the story is, he walked into the greenhouse that his dad and his uncles were working in, and he started spotting all these harsh chemicals that were being used in the ag sector that he had just spent, all this time cleaning up in other sites. And as he walks in, there's an open box of pizza, and nobody's wearing respirator masks, and everybody's kind of casual about it. And that's really when the light bulb kind of clicked on, and he said, "We're gonna do something different." So the whole premise of BioSafe Systems is natural, sustainable, food grade chemistry to prevent disease and also to mitigate pathogens.
Sure.
And
Well,
that's how it got its start. And I
I
can
just
tell you,
think,
the culture around here at BioSafe Systems really supports that. We've got a number of dogs that run through the office. They're our mascots. We've got his granddaughter Emma that's trucking through the office all the time. So it's really about introducing a good chemistry that is safe to use, either in a commercial ag situation, but now we've made it, and we've taken that chemistry and put it into ready to use around your home and garden.
Okay, well, let's talk about that, because you have a variety of products, and the one that I'm interested in is the BioSafe Mold and Mildew Control, because in Florida we have lots of mold and mildew. So tell me all about that and how we use it and how we apply it.
Absolutely, and it is a real hot item in areas like that where you've got the perfect moisture breeding ground for your molds, mildews, stubborn things like algae. So this is a really neat chemistry, and this is really the alternative to chlorine-based, ammonia-based, and there's a lot of copper products out there as well, and they linger in our soil, and we're really setting our next generations up for having to go out and clean it up. So the chemistry that we're using is peroxacetic acid. It's hydrogen peroxide, it's peracetic acid. For lack of a better term or lack of a better analogy, it is kind of like the acetic acid kicks down the door and the hydrogen peroxide throws the grenade in the room, if you will. So what it's doing is it's actually burning down simple-celled organisms. It's burning down the cell wall, and then the hydrogen peroxide gets in there and oxidates it, and it's a real potent oxidation. So what does that little overview of chemistry mean? It means that if you step out and you're about to go back in your beautifully prepared Garden Rebel landscape, taking the tour outside of your house, when you step onto your patio, maybe you sort of, forgot to stain the deck, or you haven't been staying up with that regiment, and you've got things that are growing on it. All you're doing is treating it with this. It's a very simple-to-use bottle, and this is commercial-grade, food-safe, popularly used in the ag sector, but we've taken that chemistry and done the dilution for you. So you've got spray bottle option, or you've got a really cool option where it hooks right into your garden hose and treats a pretty sizable area.
Well,
so
I can't wait to use it on my patio furniture.
It really just destroys that plant at the microbial level. So where you would use this is on your siding, on your roof, if you've got stucco, clay, cement, wood decking. My favorite application for it, because I see my mother, she loves to get that white furniture up at the box stores, the hard molded plastic stuff, and it looks great. But if you leave it out one winter up here, it is covered in mold by the time you pull it out in spring. One application with this, let it sit for a couple hours, and you're going to see that algae, that mold, that mildew, stuff like that really just disappear.
In just a few hours?
In just a few hours, yeah.
Wow.
So it really gets the gross off of any kind of surface that has that.
Hey, my friend, we only have 3 minutes left, and I want to get in your other, just 2 more of your mini products. And in about a minute, tell me about BioSafe, and then let's squeeze in about the BioSafe Disease Control. But the BioSafe plant food is what I want to know about.
Is a real important one, because people are up against, things like powdery mildew, downy mildew, late blight, black spot, anything like that. So again, this is using our keystone chemistry of the peroxacetic acid. And again, when you're using the disease control, one bottle gets you a lot of coverage. And it's very, very inexpensive. We'll talk quickly about where you can get it at the end. But basically, the really cool thing is that it's an OMRI-listed organic, used for indoors and outdoors disease control. It takes care of all those different mildews and things that can affect the plant. The most common reaction that we get is people are really surprised at the balance between the foliar, the plant canopy coming out of the ground, and the root mass below. A lot of other types of fertilizers and plant foods on the market, believe it or not, are fish products, products from the ocean, and they're really, really high in salt, which doesn't get absorbed so well into the plant. So we said we don't want to do anything with that, so we've got a whole line of plant food as well. But on the disease control, this is the thing. It's the same thing that commercial farmers are using, and you will see a stunning result from this. And you can use it to treat your turf, your grass, your perennials. You can even use it to treat your food-grade crops, your vegetable garden. And you are going to see a pretty stunning result with this.
In the minute we have left, tell us where we can find the BioSafe products. We have about a minute, and because I know that a lot of people are going to be very interested to go to your website and learn more about BioSafe.
Yep. Well, and you can go to visit us online, of course. It's www.biosafesystems. There's an S there. We have more than one system. And you can also visit and that's really more on the ag side, which explains the chemistry, gives you all the labels, history of the company. And we have a sister site. If you're off of biosafesystems.com, you can also visit www.agreenbrain.com, which is sort of an insight into our owner's mind. he thinks with a green brain. And that will go over our ready-to-use, already pre-diluted, pre-mixed 32-ounce spray bottles. So you can find us online. We really encourage you to give us a call. We'd love to have some dialogue with you. Our products are sold through a distribution network, so your local favorite store likely already has it. If they don't, we'd love to hear from them. We'd love to get them set up, and vice versa. Let us know about them, and we can certainly approach them. Always happy to talk to anybody that calls in. The phone number up here in our Connecticut headquarters is 888-273-3088. I'll say it one more time if you're jotting it down. It's 888-273-3088.
Thank you, my friend. It's been awesome. I appreciate all of this, and we'll talk again when we can. You have a wonderful weekend.
We appreciate it, Garden Rebel. You keep up the good work, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
You bet, my friend. Thank you so much. That's BioSafe, everybody. Be sure to check them out. BioSafe. They're in a local store near you. I like supporting these American companies that were born out of passion. You know, there's nothing more important than that.